Hi everyone, this is Mindy Eggen and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be creating some tropical backgrounds. Now, I will be featuring the May clubs from Spellbinders for 2024, and Spellbinders clubs this year have been very theme oriented. So this month's theme is tropical, which led me to wanting to create a bunch of tropical backgrounds. Before I get into my backgrounds, there's a few things I want to let you know about ahead of time. So you can purchase the kits or sign up to be a club member individually, or you can sign up for the deluxe caboodle, which means you'd get all of the clubs. Now, if you sign up to be a deluxe caboodle member, or I should say subscriber, or you already are, you usually will get a bonus item. Now, for this month, you are getting two bonus items. So you're getting a coordinating stencil for the Glimmer of the month, and you're getting some additional sentiments in the Better Press. For new members, sign up is from May 6th through the 27th. And if you are a club member or you want to sign up today, that means you can pre-order early the Scout version of the Platinum 6. And what the Scout is a mini die cutting machine just like the Platinum 6, but smaller. Now, Spellbinders is coming out with a lilac version and also a white version. So club members get early pre-order for either one of these if you're interested. There is also a Platinum 6 in the lilac color. They are so beautiful. And then if you are not a subscriber, I believe you could pre-order these on May 10th. Now, before I jump into actually creating the backgrounds, I am going to walk you through some of the products or some of the clubs this month. This is the Glimmer of the Month club. So you're getting this huge flower. It is absolutely beautiful, plus two sentiments with coordinating dies. So this is for your Glimmer system. Now, I do some introduction videos over on the Spellbinders YouTube channel. And so those are the cards that I am going to be showing you today right here. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to be creating my tropical backgrounds. I'm going to place a timestamp on the video if you want to just skip right to the backgrounds. So this is a look at the coordinating stencil. That is a bonus item if you are signing up as a Caboodle Deluxe member. So I did not use that right here. I'm going to use it later on in the video. This is the card I showed over on the Spellbinders YouTube channel where I had done the Glimmer on colored cardstock and then did some ink blending along with a coordinating sentiment. Now on the background, I am using the embossing folder of the month for May, and that is lattice work. Beautiful textured background, very great for just subtle interest. And then I had die cut out my Glimmer image there with the mirrored arched labels die. I'm going to have all of my supplies listed down below in the video description too. This one is the clear stamp and die of the month for May 2024 called Let's Get Together. It's got that really fun image of the tropical leaves with the flamingo popping out, and then kind of flipping the stamp, you have a parrot sitting on top of some leaves along with the sentiments. These are the coordinating dies, so you can trim them out of your cardstock along with coordinating dies for the sentiments. So here is the card I created over on the Spellbinders YouTube channel. This one I had heat embossed the images and then ink blended over the top and used the coordinating die to die cut them out and kind of overlap them so they're coming in from the edge of the card, and then pop them up with foam squares over the top of a lightly ink blended background. Another club I want to share with you that I'm a huge fan of is the Stencil of the Month club. So for this month, it is a two-piece kind of layering stencil. It is called a Tropical Spray. Now, I did this in a variety of colors, and I am going to be using it for a background later on in this video. Here's one I did in some blues, and here I was playing around with some pinks and reds on colored cardstock. My card over on the Spellbinders YouTube channel is using it in a couple of different shades of blue because I thought it looked really pretty with these large flamingos. Those flamingos are coming from the large die of the month. I did create some splatters on the background with the splatter white from Spellbinders. And then here's a look at the large die of the month. So this is called Grand Tropical Flamingos, I believe is the name of it. And it has these fantastic flamingos in there, along with kind of some tropical leaves. And the sentiment came from the Glimmer of the month, all for May 2024. Again, here is the embossing folder of the month. So this is a regular 2D embossing folder, and that is called Lattice Work. This one I did kind of a two-tone look on the front of the card. I actually inked one side of the embossing folder with a light gray ink, and I think that looks fantastic. I have some splotchy areas in there, but I think it just kind of adds to the card front itself, and then die cut out a window using those mirrored arched labels again. This one is the 3D embossing folder of the month called Scattered Tropics. For this one, I went very vibrant. I had embossed it onto some light green cardstock, went over the top with a darker shade of green, and then popped in this absolutely adorable parrot. That comes from the small die of the month. I am in love with that die set. It was actually really hard for me to use those parrots on a card because I just wanted to keep them on my desk and look at them because they were so cute. And here are a few other images that I had die cut out. These have been just sitting there staring at me. Like I said, I had a really hard time using them on a card today, but it has this little toucan and a parrot. This is called Tropical Friends. Again, it's the small die of the month for May 2024. And then we also have the Better Press of the month and the stitching. So I didn't do the stitching or the Better Press right away. I do complete the stitching later on, you'll see in the video. But the Better Press is called Wild and Free. Now this one, if you're a Caboodle member, you're going to get additional sentiments, which I actually kind of forgot about uh, in my later on cards. But the back of it, I have them stored because they're Better Press. So you can do Better Press technique or use them for Glimmer. And I really wish I would have remembered this when I was creating my cards later on. Now we also have the wax seal of the month, and this is called Tropical High. So you do get some wax seals or some beads, and then the wax seal is actually an oval shape, and it has the word high with some tropical leaves on there. So this whole part of the video I had actually filmed way back in April when before I mailed my cards off to Spellbinders. And in between I kind of did some more die cutting. I did the stitching die. And so now this is kind of a current time in May when I did the rest of these cards. And I'm just digging out all of the things that I had die cut or stitched or ink blended with. And I laid them all out to give me an idea what I wanted to use. Here's that wax seal. It is phenomenal in that shade of green that comes with your wax seal. So now that I kind of had everything pulled out, I'm going to work on my tropical backgrounds. The first one I'm going to create is going to be very vibrant and just very tropical feeling, meaning I'm going to bring in some pinks and yellows. So I'm starting out with Hammermill cardstock and my blending brush, and I'm coming in with watermelon ink. So this is from Concord 9th. I switch between my inks just depending on the shade that I was going for. The watermelon I ink blended about 3/4 of the way down, and it wasn't quite the pink that I was hoping for. So I brought in Dragonfruit, which is a very in-your-face, very bright pink, perfectly tropical for this card. But I wanted to step up that edge just a little bit more. So I brought in Wildberry, and that really was giving me the tropical vibes. Now I'm going to switch and do the other side of the card. And I did wipe up my work surface to get all of that pink ink off. And down at the bottom, I'm coming in with Honeycomb. So I started at the end, blended up to meet the pink, and then overlapped the pink so I can get this really nice kind of mango orange in the middle. This was such a fun background to create. So I'm going to wipe up my work surface again, which I usually do with a rag and some rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to bring in the 3D embossing folder of the month, which are these large tropical leaves. I have my cardstock in there, and on the other side, I am inking it up with white pigment ink. Now, when I was inking it, I noticed I was getting kind of the texture from the ink pad. So I brought in a rubber brayer to smooth out that white ink. Then I'm just going to close this over my background, and I'm going to run that through my Platinum 6 die cut machine using the 3D embossing folder sandwich that Spellbinders recommends. And when I open that up and take that out, it is beautiful. I was a little hesitant at first doing this, but the white pigment ink transferred onto the very kind of most back part of my background, and it just kind of dropped things down a notch. So I love how it kind of gave more subtlety to it. So for the most part, I am setting these backgrounds off on the side, and I will put them into cards later on. this is going to be my second background. I am starting out with the white cardstock again, and I'm lightly going over it with Sprout ink. Again, these inks are from Concord & Ninth. The reason I didn't start with a light green cardstock is because I love how the white is kind of showing through that light green ink. So it's not totally green. It's kind of has that translucency to it. So I put some repositionable tape on the back to secure that down to my work surface. And I'm going to line up one of the layers of the layering stencil. So this is from the stencil of the month. I'm going to hold that down with some washi tape to make sure it doesn't move around in place. And then I'm coming over the top again using that same color of ink, which is Sprout. And I'm going a little heavier handed, so it's going to be, for right now, more tone on tone. But you can see how applying more ink over the top is making it darker. Now I'm coming in with the second layer of the stencil. For this one, I'm going to come in with a little bit darker of an ink, and that's going to be Parsley. So this one is, again, very monochromatic. Not exactly sure at this point what I was going to do with it. It was just something I wanted to try because even though I really liked the blue background I had created previously in my original card, I thought by changing up the colors would just add a little bit more interest. I'll then just remove my stencil and I can pick up my cardstock from my work surface and set that off on the side and work on my third background. Now, one of the things I really love to do is create ink blended scenes, of course. Sorry for my head getting in the way, but I wanted to have more of kind of a beach look. So I wanted to have blue water and kind of a nice tropical sky. I'm using some Post-it tape to mark off my cardstock. So this is going to be my water or my ocean, and I'm using whatever leftover ink I have on this blue blending brush. I started in from each side, working my way in towards the center. I am going to pick up a little bit more of the dark blue ink, which is going to be Tranquil Teal from Gina K Designs, keeping the darkest areas on the edges. I thought that would give the look of maybe, my sun or my light source kind of being in the center. So after I did that, I removed my Post-it tape, lined up the top edge with the top edge of my water. Now I did have to wipe up the excess ink on my work surface because Post-it tape is not going to stick if your work surface has ink on it. Now I'm coming in with, I believe this one was Lemon Drop, maybe, from Gina K Designs. I'm going to have it all listed down below in the video description. Now I'm going to come in with medium, I believe this one was medium carnation. And I'm starting at the top again, blending down to meet that yellow. I'm overlapping those two colors to get that really pretty transition from pink to an orange and then into the yellow. But of course, I wanted to step it up just a little bit more. You're going to see my thinking fingers in just a moment. Once I removed the tape, it needed more of a pop. So I'm going to bring in a few different shades of ink to help make that pop a little bit more. I believe these were trying to remember now as I voice over it. I made the list, but I think this was an Orchid ink. Pretty sure it was Orchid. Pretty sure. From Gina K Designs. It was more of an experiment, which is why it's harder for me to remember. So I added a little bit of that darker shade to the top and set that off on the side. And now I'm going to do some glimmering. So technically, this is going to be my fourth tropical background, but not so much with ink blending and a background. I'm going to be using the stencil that comes if you are a Caboodle member. So this stencil is only if you're a Caboodle member. Now I know everybody does their hot foiling a little different. I personally like to take my foil, which I believe this one is either the matte gold or the champagne, and I kind of get an idea how much foil I need for my plate, trim that out with my scissors, and I also have the sentiments that I'm going to do separately on another piece of cardstock. And these are both Hammermill cardstock. It's just super great for ink blending on and hot foiling. Now, what I like to do, which differs from person to person, is I place my foil down so it's pretty side up on the cardstock. Then I'm going to place my glimmer plate over the top so the design faces down. I trimmed off the excess around the edge and I tape mine down. I'm using the Best Ever craft tape from Spellbinders. I make sure that my tape is touching the plate, the foil, and the cardstock. And this is just so I'm not risking it shifting when I go from the Glimmer system to my Platinum 6. Plus, I'm a klutz, and 9 chances out of 10, I'm going to bump it, it's going to shift, something is going to happen. So I just reduced the risk of messing up my foil by taping it down, and I have not had any problems. So here again, I am just laying out the 2 sentiments that came with the Glimmer of the Month for May 2024, ripping off some of that Best Ever Craft tape and holding that down so it's not going to shift when I hot foil. Off on the side, I do have my Glimmer system warming up, and when my light turns a solid green, I know it is ready. So I brought it into camera here for you to show you. I am taking my paper and I'm flipping it over so the plates are touching the base or the platform of my Glimmer system. Then I place over the top the spacer and the other plate, the clear plate. I hit the timer button, let that go, and when it turns a solid green, which takes longer than it did in this video, I sped it up. Then I can disengage that from the Glimmer system and run that through my Platinum 6. Now, another thing I also like to do is I take my platform and I flip it over so that everything just kind of falls down onto my glass work surface. I'll deal with it in a second. I'm going to go ahead and just hot foil my flower right away. So again, I flipped my cardstock so the Glimmer plate is touching the platform, placed my top plate and my spacer, hit the button, let that blank. When it's solid green, it is hot enough and ready to go. And then I just flip that over and make that paper kind of land on my desk. And I let those sit and cool for, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 seconds before removing the foil. So at this point, I know I'm done doing my Glimmer, so I'm going to shut it off and put it off on the side. And then I'm peeling off the tape. So nothing, I don't have any sticky residue. Everything is fine. I don't have any overfoiling. It foiled perfectly, is nice and shiny. Hot foiling just never gets old. It's like magic to me, like people are in love with embossing or heat embossing. I am in love with the look of foil. So here's that large flower, again, foiled beautifully. Now, on my original card I showed earlier in the video, I had done this on colored cardstock and ink blended over the top of that. But here I have the stencil. And again, like I said, this is from only if you are a Caboodle member will you get this coordinating stencil. So I started with one layer of the stencil, adding light orchid ink to the entire area, and then came in with medium orchid and added that more towards the center of the flower. Then I'll bring in the second layer of the stencil, and I was using the ink that was left over on my brush, which I believe still had the medium orchid on it. So I will go ahead and add that color over the top. So you could do this in 2 completely different colors, or you can step it up a little bit by taking another darker shade. So this is the dark lilac or dark orchid. I'm so sorry, they're listed down below, but I'm using a darker shade and a mini detail ink blending brush to add kind of more focused areas to it. Now you're going to notice I was off center a little bit on my stencil. That's fine. I'm okay with it. Still think it came out beautiful. So I took all of my backgrounds and I turned them into cards off screen. I will show you these in detail, starting with that sunset background I did with the ocean. So I added a flamingo and some leaves using the large die of the month. I also die cut out a window using the Essential Modern ovals, and the sentiment is from the stamp of the month. Then the next background is where I used the stencil of the month with the greens. I added those really adorable parrots from the small die of the month, combined with some leaves from the large die of the month. And that sentiment is one I had on hand from the Butterfly Garden Better Press set. Now this card is the stencil I just did with the Glimmer foil of the month. I just did a window again using the mirrored arched labels. You could see I love creating windows with those label dies. And then this is that very bright and colorful background I did. I placed the pineapple on there, and that is from the stitching die of the month, combined with a sentiment from the Glimmer of the month. So I will be having all of this on my blog if you're looking for more details on it or specifics. If it kind of went too fast in the video, it'll be laid out over on my blog. Everything is going to be listed down below in the video description, as well as linked on my blog. So whether you are a club member or not, I hope these cards and these tropical backgrounds have inspired you. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again soon.